Welcome back to another segment of Credit M Magic 36. You can email me at creditmmagic36 at gmail.com. That's CREDITMMAGIC 36 at gmail.com. Also, I'll put another address in the description. So, this channel is about financial education, financial literacy, and educating you as a consumer of your protected rights. And so everything that I say on this channel is covered under the Fair Use Act. Everything that I say is alleged. It's for educational and recreational purposes only. I'm just sharing information that you can take and through integration lead you to transformation if you consistently apply the information. So you've heard it said, the customer is always right. Well, let me throw this disclaimer out there, right? It's not my intent to give you professional, legal, accounting, or tax or financial advice. I'm just sharing information, all right? You've heard it said that the customer is always right, right? You go into any restaurant, you go to a fast food chain, the customer is right. Why? Because the customer is bringing the currency, right, for a product, program, or service, right? So the customer has a say-so on how they need to be treated. So I'm going to tell you, without financial education from experience, and I spent over 28 years in corporate America, leading teams of people. I'm very well rounded. And so the customer is always right. Okay? So I'm telling you from experience, without getting proper financial education, without becoming financially literate, and not becoming consumer educated as it pertains to credit, what it is, how to use it, and what it costs, you will not be successful in this system. You will not be successful in the banking and financial system. You're literally going to bring hell to earth instead of heaven to earth, right? You gotta educate yourself about these things. There's no way around it. I can stop you from doing something that you do not enjoy, that you hate. I can stop you from living hand to mouth. I can stop you from struggling. I can stop you from living paycheck to paycheck. How can I do this? It all deals with your mindset and your belief system. These are the things that you got to make adjustments in order to live a higher quality or better quality of life. It is no way around it. It is for everyone. This is the way it's working, whether they're conscious of it or they're unconscious of it, whether they're doing it knowingly, meaning they know what they're doing, or they're doing it unknowingly. They're just unconscious to what's happening, but they are being successful. So I'm going to say these three things again. You must become financially educated. You must become financially literate, meaning actually able to apply it in everyday living situations. And you must become educated as a consumer about credit, what it is, how to use it, and what it costs. All right. So there are some laws that you got to educate yourself on in order to even get in the ball game. Because right now you're on the bench. You don't even understand what's going on. And so when we talk about this, we're talking about the truth in lending laws. We're talking about the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act laws, and we're talking about Fair Credit Reporting Act laws. You have to educate yourself on these topics. They are very, very important. You've gotten your life into a mess through 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years of being uneducated. Now I'm saying, and nothing's drawn the scale, I'm saying take 6 months out, take 9 months out, take a year out, and educate yourself about truth in lending. Educate yourself about fair debt collection practices, and educate yourself about Fair Credit Reporting Act laws so that you can live a higher quality of life you 9 months from now, 1 year from now, going forward the rest of your life. Let's talk about 15 USC 1681. You need to get in there and look at those laws, because those are the laws that govern Fair Credit Reporting Act, right? There's more than 360 credit bureaus. You're probably familiar, or you've at least heard one of the big three, or two of the big three, or all three of the big three, right? Which is TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. So you need to educate yourself about the laws from 1681 by simply getting in there and reading it and looking up definitions and reading it and looking up definitions, so that you are aware, you're conscious, you are mindful of what's going on. No one can spoon feed you this. You got to get in there and do it yourself. This is the best way to approach it, so that you can help yourself, you can help your household, you can help your kids, you can help your family members, you can help your friends. It's just information. You get the information and get the repetition and turn it into transformation. Transform your life. This is what I'm recommending here on this channel. This is very, very important that you get in the books, right? You learn the Truth in Lending laws. You learn the Fair Debt Collecting Practices Act laws. You learn the Fair Credit Reporting Act laws, so that you can no longer be taken advantage of. We've been live on Credit in Magic 36 with your host Dwight. I gave you the email, creditinmagic36@gmail.com. I also put another email address for professional uses only in the description. Until the next time, study to show yourself approved.